Hey everybody, Chris here with Broadbased. I'll be your host today for our digital marketing webinar. We're going to talk about leaky buckets, how to prevent them, and how to drive more leads with your digital marketing strategy. Appreciate everybody attending today. I know in the invitation I said we're going to stick to 36 minutes, so I intend to keep it that way and pack as much value as I possibly can so that, not only talk about some pretty cool stuff today, but actually give you the tools and techniques that you can implement right away to start driving more leads. So go ahead and get started, give you a rundown of what we're going to talk about today. Start off with introduction to myself and Broadbased, give you a leaky bucket primer. Then we're going to talk about our 9 proven ways that we found to fix all the leaks that are in your digital marketing strategy so you can drive more leads. Then we're going to turn it over to Q&A. If you look in the bottom right corner of the webinar interface, you'll see a chat module. So at any time throughout the course of the presentation, go ahead and enter your questions or any topics you want to talk about, and we'll cover them at the end of the presentation. We've also gotten some in advance, so I'll go ahead and cover those as well. Then stick around to the end because we're going to give away some free stuff. Some pretty neat tools that you can use, again, free of charge, that focus on some of the leaky bucket fixes that we're going to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. Give you a quick introduction to Broadbased. That photo is myself and Jan Hirabayashi. It's our CEO and founder. We've got 20 plus years experience as a full service digital marketing agency here in Jacksonville. Obviously specialized in digital marketing lead generation, which we're going to talk about today. We also help our clients with annual, quarterly marketing strategy and planning. So can really dig in on the strategic side of marketing, not just the individual tactics, and really give you, kind of that full picture of what you need to be doing with all your marketing, not just digital. Video marketing. This is something that we've recently made a priority, and certainly something we're going to talk a lot about today, but I think anybody on this webinar knows the effectiveness of video marketing and just how popular it's become for every part of your lead generation campaigns. And then we still have expertise in print communications design. A lot of marketers will tell you that it's kind of, print is dead and that kind of thing, and we respectfully disagree. I think our clients still see success with things like direct mail, internal, external communication campaigns. So it's still a very viable part of your marketing strategy and something that we have a ton of experience with. So again, I've been a little bit about me. I've been in the digital marketing world for almost 20 years now. So graduated from Florida State University and started with a small tech firm in Tallahassee. When I graduated, and we were building websites, we also had a dial-up internet that we offered, as well as some high-speed options as well. So I've been doing this a very long time, and have these certifications on the screen now, and these are just some of the ones I hold. And really, the reason I include this slide is just to show the investment that we've made at Broadbased in our digital marketing expertise. A lot of our employees hold certifications as well. And again, it's just really that we've invested in the fact that, digital marketing changes so much. To really maintain, a level of authority, you have to have those kind of formalized certifications and different things to stay relevant and to know what works and more importantly what won't work. So again, that's something that we continually have our employees go through so that we can stay relevant. And just a few of these I think are very valuable today: customer value optimization, analytics, optimization, and testing. These are a lot of things we're going to be talking about today, and just some of the areas that we're certified. This is a picture of my family. I've been married 17 years now. I have 2 children, both boys, as you can see. And it's really been interesting for me to see, how my family interacts, going online. Obviously what I do for a living, it's always fun to see, what they like about using different websites and apps, and also, what frustrates them and what makes them not want to convert to leads or leak out of a different bucket. So it's very interesting, like I say, to just kind of observe what happens. I'm doing this all day long, and then I see what happens at home firsthand with some of my family using the internet. And as a family, I guess we just like enjoying everything Jacksonville has to offer. We're usually outdoors on the weekends in spare time, and going to the beach. We do a lot of fishing on the river. So really, like I say, just enjoy everything the First Coast has to offer. So let's go ahead and get started to talk about what is a leaky bucket. So you can see by the graphic here, a leaky bucket happens when you spend money and budget on different traffic campaigns, whether it's Facebook ads, Google ads, it could be email marketing, could be if you're a B2B company, you're doing things on LinkedIn to get people into your funnel, right? And the funnel is awareness, evaluation, conversion. That's how we look at the digital marketing funnel. So you put a lot of time and effort and most importantly money into these campaigns, and sure enough you get the right fit prospects landing on your website, right? And they're ready to consume your content and convert to a lead, but what happens is they leave and they don't convert. So they're leaking out of your funnel. As you can see here, the leads are just kind of leaking out. And so what causes this is 96% of people that visit your website, they're just not ready to convert. They're not ready to call you. They're not ready to fill out a form. If it's an e-commerce website, they may not be ready to buy your product right away. And I think a lot of us can relate to this, right? We enter into the funnel because we're aware of a company or we're aware of a solution or a product they provide. But that doesn't mean we're ready to jump right in. And 81% of us, we don't want to talk to a salesperson right away. So it's kind of, you're doing your own research process. Your prospects are evaluating you kind of sight unseen, and they're not ready to talk to a salesperson right when they hit your website. But what we find is almost 100% of the digital strategies when we start talking with new companies, they ignore these statistics, and they push way too hard, way too fast to get a conversion, to get you to call them, to get you to fill out a form, and your prospects just aren't ready, and they leak right off of out of your funnel. So why is this so important? Well, HubSpot, who a lot of people I'm sure are familiar with, but they're one of the leaders in marketing technology software, they publish a survey every year. It's called the State of Inbound, and I highly recommend you check it out. Just Google, HubSpot State of Inbound, and you'll find it. But 69% of the people that respond to the survey, converting leads and customers is their top priority. So that's why it's so important that you have to have a funnel that doesn't allow your prospects to leak out. Here at Broadbased, we publish our own survey every year. It's the second year we published it in a row, and you can see 48% lead generation, top priority. Again, that's why this is so important. So how can it be fixed? How can you patch the leaks in your bucket? And your website provides an experience to your prospects, and it has 3 different phases, and in each one of those needs to be upgraded and optimized in order to successfully convert them to leads. And it all boils down to what you do to your website before, during, and after your prospects get to it. And that's what's key in getting them to convert. And if you optimize all these steps, the leads won't leak out of the funnel. They convert to leads. You're able to kind of drive them through the process and not only close new sales and new business, but also have a more of a referral and an advocacy program that we're going to talk a little bit more about later. So again, just to kind of summarize the stages here, there's 9 individual, 3 each, before, during, and after. You've got your speed test, mobile friendly, and your offer. When we're talking about the before, we're talking about lead magnet, website chat, and video. And then after, you have email nurturing campaigns, remarketing, and the use of heat maps. So we're going to kind of dissect all of these and show some examples. So let's dive in and talk about the before. So again, preparation equals leads. If you needed to carry water from one point to another, you wouldn't put it in a bucket that you knew had holes in it. So you don't want to drive your prospects to your website if it's not ready to convert them. And these 3 items right here are what's key to that conversion in the before stage. So again, talking about the need for speed, if we go to a website and it takes more than 3 seconds to load on average, half of us are going to leave. We're just going to bounce. Google uses page speed as a ranking factor. So what this means is if search engine optimization or SEO is a priority for you, if you're not optimizing the speed of your pages and your website, you're going to lose rankings on Google because they prioritize sites that load quickly. And really, to kind of drive it home, a quick statistic here, again, this is from Google, 1 to 3 seconds, if you make people wait, the probability of them bouncing is 32%. If you make them wait up to 5 seconds, the probability increases to 90%. So 9 out of 10 people are going to leave your website. If you paid to get them there through the different campaigns you're running, that's probably not something you're going to be very happy about. So again, just really emphasizes the value of page speed. So what can you do about it? Google has a tool. Again, if you just Google speed test, this will be the first result in Google search. And you go and you just enter your URL, and as you can see, it kind of scores your page speed. So you can see, 100 obviously is the top, but it also shows you areas that, if you don't have 100, which, probably all of y'all aren't, it'll show you the areas that you can use to improve that score. So it's not just kind of a, here's your score. It tells you exactly what you can do to make it better and continually refine that so your website's as fast as possible. So something to keep in mind on a non-technical side, it takes us about 0.05 seconds to form an opinion about a website that makes it, determines if we're going to leave the site or if we're going to stay and continue to browse. So just to give you a quick example, here's two furniture websites, and you can see one of them, a little older, maybe a little dated in design, and then one is, highly modern, got really high resolution photos of the furniture. You can see that 70% off really clearly. So just, on that quick, 50 millisecond view, which website would you trust more? And I think I speak for all of us. You trust the more modern looking that really, instantly shows the value of the products and services that they offer on the site. So just something to keep in mind as it relates to page speed. So moving into the mobile-friendly side, your prospects are all mobile. All of us are on our devices, our phones and our tablets to browse and research different things and look at even new business services and things like that. And a lot of websites, right out of the box, they have a responsive view, but a lot of companies don't take the time to really look at what the website looks like on a phone, how it displays, what is the experience like of filling out a form or browsing the specific areas of the website that you need people to go. And a well-designed mobile website helps users avoid the F word. And the F word, we're not going to cuss on this webinar, but the F word as it relates to mobile web design is frustration. We have a lot of patience in real life when we're going to do things. If we wait in line for things, we'll sit in traffic to go places. But when we get online, particularly when we're on our mobile devices, we want things to be very, very easy and straightforward and find what we're looking for. And if not, we get frustrated. And when we get frustrated, we leave. And the reason this is so important, you can kind of see the growth of mobile website use. Not just 10 years ago, 0.7% of us were going online or using our phones to go online. Now it's over 50%. More than half of us use our phones and tablets to access the internet. So it's very, very important that your website not only has a mobile design, but you've taken the time to go through and make sure that mobile design presents a good experience for your prospects. So give you a few examples of the sites that we've designed for our clients. This is an e-commerce site, and you can see phone number, very prominent. This is a clickable element, so if you were to press this with your thumb, it would open the phone utility so you can instantly call the company if you had questions or you wanted to place an order. We got a rotating banner that talks about whatever they want to highlight. And then you can see we segment our audiences with nice, big, easy to press buttons if you're on a touch device. So just a few things that again, looking at, the navigation menu that uses the expandable, we call the hamburger menu, just some touches that we implemented to make it that much easier to use on a mobile device. Here's a hospital, one of our clients that runs a hospital in McClenny, and you can see, again, we use the icons, but again, they're separated to a point where it's so easy to use. If you're using a touch device, again, the search bar is at the top, so if you're looking for a specific service or a condition, you can find it very easily. And then we, color code the different, clinics and hospital units that they have. And then it doesn't just extend to your website design. You also have to think about how, if you're running, mobile traffic campaigns, how that looks on, a phone or a tablet. So it's an example of a national client that we have that helps people with the overcharging medical bills and make sure that all the bills are lined up and helps people to save money. You can see when you Google their keywords and the ad comes up, how much we've optimized this ad for mobile use. We've got our site links, down here as buttons, so it's super easy to tap if you're on your phone. As well, we have the click to call, so right from the ad. So if all someone wants to do is just say, look, I need help right now. I know what your website does. I need to talk to somebody. We make it very, very easy for them to call them directly from the mobile ad. So finally, on the before stage, we have the offer, right? And you want to make an offer they can't refuse. So again, a good offer communicates value instantly, and it speaks to specific things like the specific problem you solve, the specific pain point that you get rid of, or the experience that you provide. If that's a competitive differentiator, what do you do different than your competition? You want to present that front and center with your offer. Again, going back to HubSpot, in case you couldn't tell, I'm a pretty big fan of what they do, and they've got their website doesn't say we're a leader in marketing technology. They say there's a better way to grow, and then they combine all all the different things, marketing, sales, service that their software does. And again, they use the word free down here, get HubSpot free. Everybody on this call knows, free is a very powerful word in marketing. And again, they even emphasize it down here in the kind of the follow-on copy. So, and they use a nice, animated style. It's very friendly, showing, the garage to a small office to a big, office building. So they're really kind of, using a lot of subliminal touches here to drive home their offer that they have, just top of the line marketing technology software. So some more examples. DoorDash. This is an app that delivers food, for restaurants that normally you wouldn't expect to deliver. So again, it's not just, hey, we can get your food to you quickly. It's, we deliver good stories. And then you got the young girl here with, looks to be a mother or grandmother, and look how happy she is using the DoorDash app. So really just makes it cool that, it makes it fun that, hey, we're going to get some food that we really like that normally wouldn't deliver, now they do. And then, look at how easy this is to use. You just enter your address and you find restaurants. So again, very strong offer right on the homepage. And these are the kind of things that keep your prospects engaged so they don't leak off of your website. Basecamp. This is a project management tool, and a lot of our clients actually use this tool. And you can see it really, their target audience is project managers. So anybody on this webinar that's got any project management experience, I think this little illustration really, paints the picture of what it's like to manage a lot of prospects or projects. Your hair's on fire, you got, emails going off, notifications going off. People are saying, hey, nobody told me that. How was I supposed to know? You're on conference calls all day long. So this really drives home that, look, if you're a project manager, it's pretty hectic. We can help you to solve that problem. And you look at some of the copy, hair on fire, buried under email. Again, using the word free, 30 days, you just enter your email address and you start the trial with this very clear call to action. So again, a very strong offer that they have as well. And something certainly that, you should look at on your homepage, that you're, painting the picture of what value you actually provide, your product and service actually provides, versus, just, hey, this is who we are and what we do, but you're actually, driving home value. Again, this is a kind of date myself here, but I remember growing up and seeing these commercials, and at the end, the CEO of the Hair Club for Men would come on and say, not only am I the president of the hair club, I'm also a client. And he would show his before and after of, being bald to having a nice full head of hair. So really, if you have a product that does, is relevant to show a before and after, then by all means, it's a very powerful way to present, what you offer. But again, for more than 40 years, so kind of driving home the experience. They don't say, we help people get their hair back. They say we help change the way our clients experience life. So again, very powerful message that speaks more to the after effect of the product, not so much, just what it does. So something to keep in mind as you're, working and looking at your homepage, that you have that strong offer to keep your prospects in your funnel. So now we'll move on to the during phase. So now we've gotten people engaged. They're on your website. They're in your funnel and they're interested. So we don't want to make them bored, right? We want to give them something to do. So we already talked about they're not ready to fill out your form. They're not ready to call you. You got to give them another way to convert to a lead. And these three items here are great ways to do that. So let's talk about each one, starting off with a lead magnet. So lead magnet is right what it says. It draws in leads. So by offering value in advance, you give them a piece of content that they have to exchange some information. But bare minimum, you want them to exchange their email address for so you can start some nurturing campaigns, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But you want them to submit, it's a balance, just enough information where, it's valuable to you, but also if you ask for too much, then there's a good chance they'll leak right off of your website. So this is a website that helps people get out of debt. And you can see, download your free spreadsheet, stop losing sleep over your expenses, just ask for your first, last name, email, and then they want to know your financial goal. So just getting a little bit of data about their prospects, and then they give them, for free, they give them this nice little tool to help build a budget. So lead magnets can be over here, ebooks, guides, tutorials, videos, quizzes, checklists, whatever provides the most value. And again, we're going to talk about is very easy to consume. So some tips. I keep using the word specific, and that's because it's so important. You want to identify the biggest problem that your prospects have and show specific ways that you solve it with this lead magnet. You want to make it quick and easy to consume, so they don't have to, read these bunch of 2,000-word blog posts and different things. Make it so, like I say, it's quick and very easy for them to go ahead and read it, get the value out of it. So they can go deeper into your funnel, and then just pack it full of value. You want to show people that you're the expert. One of the biggest mistakes we see with lead magnets is, companies have them just to have them, and they're really not offering any real value. So you want to make sure your lead magnet has, specific examples of maybe case studies or different things that your company's done, just to show that you're the expert and really build that authority. So this is one of the better ones I think I've ever seen, and this is a company, WorkStream, that's grown tremendously, and I think a lot of it is due to the fact of how they market, their product, and it's software that helps improve Google ad performance, as you can see here. And again, find out where you stand in 1 minute, use your own Google Ads account, and they just make it super easy to grade, what you're doing. So people come to the site interested in using the software, and free of charge, they go ahead and give them essentially a free consultation and say, look, A, B, C, D, or F, here's what you're doing with your Google ad campaign, and here's ways that it can be improved. And this is before anybody even gives their credit card or signs up for anything. So very powerful lead magnet here. This is one that we use in our own campaigns here at Broadbased. We talked earlier about our survey, so this is a lead magnet that pops up when people visit our website. And they can go ahead and find out where leading marketers are taking their digital strategy this year, and they can download our survey. And again, it's just free research. It's original research that nobody else has, and it's a great way for us to capture people that are interested in hiring an agency to do their digital marketing. This is one for our clients. This is one of the larger LASIK clinics here in Jacksonville. And one of the biggest questions they have is, how much does LASIK cost, or I should say their patients have, how much does LASIK cost, and how do I pick the best, doctor to do this? Again, this is a laser surgery on your eyeballs, so it's you don't want to just go with any doctor. You want to really do your research, and this converts leads at a very high clip, because again, it's just kind of free information that they're giving away that answer people's most important questions, and it's a great way to bring people into the funnel so that we can start some additional marketing from there. So again, you've got your lead magnet in place. Another great way to start, getting people into your funnel and making sure they don't leak off. Engage with them via web chat, whether it's an automated chat as a what we call a chat bot, or if it's a live chat that's operated by someone that's working at your company or a third party that's familiar with your products and services. Having a chat on your website is a very big part of getting leads, because as you can see here in this survey by SuperOffice, customers prefer to contact a company via chat more than email and social media, and certainly more than the phone. And I think it's just because our behavior online has changed. We expect personalization. We don't want kind of the same answer to every question. We want answers that appeal to our exact questions. And also, we're so used to using text messaging and group chat and Facebook Messenger. Chat just seems to be a much easier way, an approachable way to contact companies online. So again, fast response equals happy customers. Customer response time on chat, less than 2 minutes. Compare that to social media, 10 hours, email, 17 hours. These are on average. And the satisfaction rating over all these other ways of communication, live chat is by far, what people appreciate the most. So it really makes sense to have a chat on your website, whether you automate it or you have someone operate on a live basis. This is the preferred way that people, want to communicate with your company, and it's a great way to convert them to leads. So finally, on the during phase, video marketing. Again, video marketing is going to be 80% of all internet traffic by next year, according to Cisco. Here you can see a animated GIF of myself, and this is Chris Gregory we had as a guest from Dagmar Marketing on our video series called Digital Lead Insider. And really, the reason that we're doing this and the reason we recommend this for our clients, the best call to action to reach today's online consumer is a play button. If people see video on a web page, if they see video on social media, if they see video in your e-blast, it's they just naturally want to click the play button and see what it's about. Definitely more than they would want to read some long blog post or some text-based web page. Video is just so much easier to consume. And you look at the popularity of YouTube and different things. That's really where we're used to getting our information. So if you're not incorporating video, you could run the risk of having your leads leak right off of your funnel. So again, just an example of some of the videos that we've done both for the agency and clients. This is a video we did that showcased our content marketing services. This is an animated style video. So I think this one was about 30 seconds long, and we use it on social media. We use it in eBlast. And it's great because it takes what can be somewhat of a complex service that we offer and really breaks it down into very easy to understand kind of pieces. And animated videos are a great way to just, again, bring people into your funnel and introduce them to some of the services you offer. So this is a testimonial video, and we shoot a lot of these for, again, our own services as well as for our clients. This one was for a online review service that we offer, where specifically for healthcare. So really wanted to paint the picture that we had expertise in healthcare, and that reputation management was so important in that particular field. And this video really helped, again, to drive that home and get some leads for us. And then, you have your high production video. So this is one we shot for a local private school, and you can see it uses aerial footage, and they have a beautiful riverfront campus. And so we really show that off. And these types of feature videos you typically want to live on your homepage. Your sales reps can kind of send these out and use to bring leads deeper into the funnel. But these are the videos that really you use to show off the best of what you offer. And highly recommend that you do invest some budget in all types of these videos, but definitely to put these videos on your, like you say, your landing pages, your homepage, your social media. Just have much higher engagement rates than really any other piece of content that you can use. So another way to use video is to kind of combine it with the lead magnet. There's systems out there. This is Wistia, and spoiler alert, we're going to show you a link at the end of the webinar so you can get this tool for free. But basically what this does is you get about 15 seconds, 30 seconds into the video, and this pop-up window comes up, and you have to enter your email address to watch the rest of the video for it to resume playing. So people are into the video and they want to see the rest of the content, and then you give them your email address to watch it. And generally, if the video has enough value in it, they have no problem in doing that. And then you have their email, and you can continue to nurture that lead and bring it into conversion. So again, all this work, now what? People are off your website, they've converted to a lead, you think your work is done, and there's quite a bit more you can be doing. And really the most important thing is to move them through the funnel. So this is the stage that you really maximize the lead value to your business, vice versa. Up to this point, you've been providing the value to your prospects. Now you really put that value to work for you, and you really want to make it count. So the way we do that is email marketing, remarketing, and heat maps, and we're going to talk about each one. So starting out with email nurturing, this is the best way to show your leads some love. So they've converted to a lead, they've given you their personal information, so now it's up to you to respect that and take them through the sales funnel. And email is the best way to do that, but again, you have to respect the inbox if you want to be successful. So this is a screenshot from one of our the campaigns we run here at the agency, and you can see it shows me when we set this up, if someone engages with our email, so they open it, then you can see they click and they visit the homepage. We can tag them with different things, so we know that we can document what they're doing and understand how warm or hot of a lead this is. You can see what links they click. You can stop campaigns, turn it over to a more manual process with your sales reps. So the technology out there now, again, it's so affordable to do email nurturing. It's a key part of your lead generation, and it's one of the best ways to make sure you're not letting anything leak out of your funnel. So the keys to email nurturing: 35% of people open your emails based on the subject line. So again, we focus so much on copywriting and drafting our emails. You really have to pay attention just as much, if not more, to the subject line, because that's what gets people to open it in the first place. You want to have a clear, value-driven call to action. So if your call to action is, click here, that's really, there's nothing, dynamic about that. You want it to say, start saving money now, or, get a hold of your business's finances today, that kind of thing. And make it very, very clear. You can use hyperlink text as well as, graphical buttons. So kind of mix it up, give them multiple ways to convert and click through your emails. And don't forget, again, we talked about mobile, speed, and video. All three of these things factor in your emails. we put animated GIFs in a lot of the emails that we send out that make it look like the video is playing, and people can't resist clicking on those. And so it's a great way to get more click-through is to incorporate video. And always test your emails and see how they look on a phone or tablet. Don't just test in the desktop. Make sure you're testing on mobile, because a lot of people, that's the first time they're going to open the email is on their phones. So make sure what they see is just super clear, loads super fast, and makes it very, very easy to click through and convert to a lead. So, second way, after people leave your website, how you can deepen their connection to your company is with remarketing, right? So remarketing works, and I'm sure a lot of us are either using this or definitely seen it. If you go to like Amazon or any big e-commerce sites, you go to the website, you leave, and then you see the ad on other websites in banner ads, and then also if you go back on Facebook or social media, you see those ads as well. So it's a great way to, if you do it right, to stay top of mind with your prospects. But if you do it wrong, you can come off as creepy. So really just kind of find that balance of, being respectful and providing value without, overdoing it. And that's one of the keys to remarketing. So why should you remarket? Google's display network reaches 90% of the entire world. So, and it's very inexpensive compared to, like keyword-based intentional search. Just to show up with, banner ads on the display network, 90% of the reach. So again, if you're on Facebook remarketing, 1.5 billion users on the platform every single day. So it's really a no-brainer to remarket on Facebook. And, a lot of we talk with prospects and clients, and they say, well, we have more of a B2B focus, so I don't think Facebook's a fit. It absolutely is when you talk about remarketing, because again, these are people that have raised their hand, they visited your website, or they've interacted with your content. Why not show them an ad or remind them of all the value you provide when they go back into Facebook for personal use? So, again, Facebook's a big one. And then, like I just said, remind them why they raised their hand. A lot of the times we go and we look at products and services, and we're clearly interested, but a lot of us procrastinate. A lot of us don't move forward with setting an appointment or making a purchase. So you just want to again, respectfully remind them what got them so interested and fired up about your company or your products in the first place. And remarketing is a great way to do that and prevent them from leaking out of your funnel or going to a competitor. So the final way, after your users have left your website, to keep them from leaking out is use heat maps, right? So again, this is a great way to, more of an analytic way to improve your campaign. So this is, you can see an example of a heat map. And in a lot of ways, I always thought it looks kind of like a weather map. So the areas that are red and you see more color, that's the areas that people are interacting with the most on your website and your landing pages. So that's where you want to pay attention. So again, you get valuable, actionable insight through heat maps because you see real-life users in action and you can identify their patterns. So it takes a lot of the guesswork out. So when you're designing a website or a landing page, you say, oh, I think this will work best. I think we should put the form over here. I think we should use this copy. So it's good to go with your gut, but the heat map is kind of like the way that you can back that up with data. So when you can combine your instinct with data, that's when you're really going to get those high-performing campaigns. You can pinpoint exactly where the holes in your bucket are. So if you've got some leaks in your digital strategy, this is where, again, you take the guesswork out and you identify exactly where they are so you can fix them and drive more leads. And this is a great way to test new features, new copywriting, and it just gives you confidence to know with data and real-life users, hey, this is what people this is what appeals to people. This is what they like, and this is what they're clicking on, and this is how they're converting. And you can confidently say that. So it's a really good way for marketers who are always wondering what works, what doesn't work. Heat maps really can fill that gap for you. So this is an example of how small changes can equal big results, and this is from Crazy Egg, which is one of the bigger heat map providers that are out there, and we're going to show you some links again at the end that you can get some free heat maps to try this yourself. But they wanted everybody to fill out this lead magnet and download it here. So you can see they're getting good traffic here. People are definitely starting the process. They're kind of fading as they go. But what they notice is over here in this box, this is stealing a lot of clicks from the main lead magnet, which obviously this is the main lead magnet. This is where you can see people were going. They didn't want people to go there. I mean, it's great that they're going and browsing deeper into the website, but they wanted them all over here filling out this form. So again, based on seeing that with the heat map, they took out that sidebar and just made the page focus on having this lead magnet form. You saw almost a 26% improvement in lead conversions. So again, that is very strong results just by knowing that, hey, if we remove this, we're going to focus everybody into this main area, and that's what's going to convert and get people deeper in our funnel. So heat maps give you the ability to do that, and can have, as you can see, very powerful results. So again, that covers all the ways that we can help patch the leaky bucket, and then it's kind of like, okay, now what, right? Congratulations, we've gotten people to convert to customers. Now's where the real work begins, and this is where we optimize our funnel. So you can see, this is how we look at the digital marketing funnel here at Broadbased for our clients. Each phase of the experience, including after the initial sale, has to have a strategy in place. So, you're bringing people through with all the techniques we just discussed, awareness, evaluation, you finally get them to convert to a customer. Now it's time to get them excited about doing business with you. And that falls into your onboarding process, how you bring new customers in, whether you're B2B or you're with consumers. What are you doing to get people excited about the decision they made to become your customer? Taking a step further, what are you doing to give them more stuff to buy in the form of upsells and cross-sells? So upsells are getting an additional service on top of something they've already bought. A cross-sell is a related product. And so again, you see that a lot on Amazon. Customers that purchase this also bought this, and they do a great job of seamlessly getting people to look at additional products and purchase them. And drive more revenue. And then really the kind of the golden goose with the funnel is all the way down at the bottom is referrals. Here at our agency as well, for a lot of our B2B clients, referrals are the warmest, best leads that they get. And really a lot of companies don't have a strategy in place to generate those referrals. So this is something you need to focus on. You've spent all this money and done all this work to gain a new customer. You really want to maximize your value in this stage of the funnel. And these are the ways that you can do that. And really all the things we talked about, videos and messaging with offers, that kind of stuff all ties into these phases and can be key revenue generators for you after you've already gained a sale. So again, let's go ahead and turn it over to questions. We've had a couple of them come through since we've been on here. One of them was, if you could only pick one of the ways to upgrade your funnel, what would you pick? I think, I'd have to say my first gut reaction to that would be video. Again, as we talked about, that's something that we're making an investment in here at our agency. It's something we're, getting our clients more keyed in with. And really, when you look at video, it used to be it was very expensive to do. It was a very involved process. Now with the way, the gains that have been made with technology, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot easier to do. We're helping our clients build packages so that, every month they have, fresh videos that we're producing on a regular basis that really just kind of tell stories, talk about the way they're helping their customers, talk about the way, their services are helping, their clients. So I would say if you're going to pick one, it would definitely be, I'd have to go with video. So let's see here. We got a few questions, a few different other ones. Let's see. Okay, this is a good one. Okay, so of all the different things that we've talked about, what are some of the quickest ways that you can get up and running? So we're going to show some of these free tools, but really it goes into the kind of the testing bucket. Make sure that whatever you're doing, you're making sure that you have those areas that you can test in place. You never want to just kind of relax and say, okay, we've got this figured out. We can just kind of continue to drive leads and everything's going to be great. Things change so fast in the digital marketing world, and not to mention, your competition probably at some point is going to take notice of what you're doing, and then they're going to react, and you want to stay on top of that. So I would say if you're going to, what could you do quickest? It would be, just make sure you're testing this stuff. You can do that pretty easily, and we're going to talk about some of these tools, but definitely I would include testing. So again, the free stuff that we talked about. So Hotjar is a company that has a heat map tool, and they do have a free package. I think they give you up to 1,000 views free of charge. From there, you can start paying a monthly fee. But again, this is just an easy way to get started if you haven't already got a heat map on your website or your landing pages. Hotjar is a good one. So the lead magnet CTA, so these are those little bars that come out and they're clickable, right? So I think I showed a couple where, one for our LASIK doctor that we work with, but Hello Bar does a great job with their lead magnet CTAs, and I think you get 5,000 views with their free one. But again, the URL's here. You can check out. Everybody on this webinar will be receiving a digital copy of the presentation recording. So again, you don't have to jot these down if you don't want to. You'll be getting this in your inbox soon. Free website chat. So this is talk.to. This is actually the chat that we use on our website. We use the premium version, but they do have a free one, and it's got a lot of features, surprisingly, for being a free tool. So definitely recommend you check that out. It's a good way to kind of get your feet wet with chat and just introduce it to your website. And then a free video marketing tool. This is Wistia, which is one of the leaders in video marketing software. And if you go to their website, they'll give you the free tool where, I think I showed this earlier, the video will start playing on your website, and then when it reaches a certain point, people have to submit their email address to watch the rest of the video. And again, they offer that on a free basis. It's a pretty limited amount of views, but again, it's a good way, like I say, to get your feet wet and try it out before you want to invest some real budget in it. So again, all these free tools, highly encourage you to check it out. An exclusive offer for everybody on this webinar, we're going to give you a complimentary leaky bucket analysis. So we'll look at all 9 of the lead gen elements that we talked about today, from the before, during, and after. If you give us up to 3 competitors, we'll check out what they're doing and give you an analysis, put together a custom report, and email that back to you, so you can check it out and patch all the leaks that you may have in your digital marketing funnel and drive more leads. And again, all my contact information is listed on here. Best way to hit me on social media would be LinkedIn. So just search for my name on LinkedIn. You can come up, welcome, connect with me. And I try to post content, multiple times a week if I'm not too busy. So definitely try to connect with me there. And thank you for your time. I appreciate everybody taking time out of their schedule to attend this webinar. Hope you took a lot of value out of it. Hope you can start implementing some of this stuff in your own digital marketing campaigns, patch up your leaky bucket, and drive more leads, be more successful. So again, thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.